Hello.
Hey!
Yay, it's our next collab from this latest new batch. As the little display here suggests, and you might have been able to guess from the previous video we did, these are going to be themed around Series 13, which obviously hasn't aired yet. And we're sort of, I don't know how many months do we think, probably three or four.
That's sooner
it's
than
going to
I
be in
thought.
the autumn. We're in June now, aren't we? So
That's true.
So
this year's going so quick, considering that it's still like pandemic, but it's going.
So anyway, it's a few months off, but we're just gonna do a roundup of everything we sort of know in this one from filming, and then in the next one on Miles' channel, we're going to go through our hopes and aspirations,
and
and
what we want to see.
What we want to see that we haven't kind of seen from filming already, whatever. So they've been filming bits and pieces a bit out of order, as far as we can tell, because obviously they started filming in November, and obviously had that image of Series 13 begins filming, and then Sontarans and John Bishop seen filming in Cardiff. Samurai Sontarans, I guess, is my little nickname for them, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, a bit more classic.
Which
in the helmets,
I like, and they've gone back to that sort of grey black colour scheme, haven't they? Which
that is classic.
It works
more than new in my eyes. Yeah, it's not anything like the Christopher Ryan or the Dan Starkey ones that we've had. Yeah, which I think is needed. You know, I don't think, especially in this new era, as nice as it was seeing like the bronze Daleks.
Oh yeah, we'll get onto them later on.
But I mean, I like the Cybermen. I was like, oh my god, like that to me. I was like, oh, that makes me really giddy and excited. But then also, I was sort of like, that looks so out of place in this era. Like, so I'm glad that they've done a bit of a redesign on them.
There was some stuff with John Bishop's character, who we now know as the new companion, and his parents. I think I wondered whether, because his parents are in, and obviously John Bishop, I don't know how old he is, but
50 odd, I'd say 50
sort of age. I thought, hang on a minute, it's a bit weird that his parents are in it. Is it going to be like he lives at home with his parents and like he goes travelling to sort of do his own thing? Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? Or
either that, or just like in a bungalow around the corner,
or whether genuinely like he's just visiting them, and it's a lot to sort of think about, isn't it?
Because that's the weird thing as well. Because tying this into some of the more recent filming, which we think is for these, well, I suppose we know it's for these early episodes because Dan joins the TARDIS in one of these scenes. But the stuff from Liverpool, obviously we're kind of assuming this is, like fake Liverpool in Cardiff, and then we've got proper Liverpool as well.
Very Liverpool heavy, isn't it? Like ridiculously like Liverpool heavy. Yeah.
I'm so glad that they managed to get there as well, rather than it just all being in Cardiff and stock footage and stuff. So the day before last, I was actually in Liverpool. I saw all the locations that we know about. There's 5 of them in total, I think. So there's the Royal Albert Dock, obviously, which is where the TARDIS was.
Is that the one where it was him and the TARDIS?
Like the really nice lights in the background and stuff.
Yeah, and there was the runner who came past.
In his speedos or whatever, And
I do remember that,
Doctor Who.
Yes, that's the one. That was a very eventful day. See, I liked it. Like, that's fine. I don't mind seeing stuff like because it was just them.
That's just gonna look gorgeous on screen.
I love that idea. Nice. Oh, wouldn't it be great if they did a 60s episode of the Beatles in the Liverpool area? Oh, great. Actually, no, don't. I'm going to do that.
Anyway, so there was that. Then the next day they went to the Museum of Liverpool. The interesting thing here is the woman he was with. She's called Diane Curtis, I think, from her lanyard. Someone spotted that, and she worked at the museum. And the scenes they shot, there was a bit there. Then they go up to the Metropolitan Cathedral, the Wigwam building. That's where they had that black alien.
The one who looked like sort of clad in.
Is it something from the Armageddon Factor or something?
He did look like a shadow, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that going around at the time.
Very oddly specific. It won't be that at all. Because at first I saw that picture on Twitter and I was like, what is this? Is this some like weird fan film? Like it was like, oh no, this is a genuine thing. And I was like, oh, interesting. I don't know what to make of that at all.
So there's that, and then there's the museum, there's the cathedral, and then there's a bit in like that bombed out church. Did you see that as well? There wasn't a lot to see actually from there. The implication from this, and it's probably the most information we've got about anything really, is like John Bishop and this actress, I think dialogue possibly suggested that they were either past or present lovers perhaps, or I don't know. something like that. And he takes her coffee, and then they go walking around these different locations, and then presumably, I don't know, they come across this alien at some point. The sort of semi-serious, semi-jokey thing I was going to say is that if you cast your minds back to the last time we had filming in an English city for Doctor Who with a character who's like a museum guide or a tour guide.
Oh my god!
With a little lanyard and stuff.
Yeah.
Could she be a doctor? I mean,
it's not unheard of.
I'm not.
Actually, I'm
not being 100% serious when I say that, but you know what? It would be so awesome.
It's so weird now to have the thought process that when we see anyone on location, we're like, that could be the doctor. That could be the doctor. That could be the doctor. That person handing the coffee to that could be the doctor. Yeah. You know, that guy in black, that could be the doctor. You know, who knows nowadays? Anyone.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think it's unlikely, but it occurred to me that because also with that, then if she is just a human, you've got that thing again. Assuming this is episode 1, like Grace. You know, why does she stay behind? They can't really do that again, I suppose, of like killing off the love interest. It would be too repetitive, wouldn't it? But
yeah, I would like to see them do something with it as opposed to like
a recurring character, maybe, couldn't she?
As opposed to Ryan's dad, who was in one episode and then never mentioned again, and that was it. You know, I'd rather if that was the case that we'd see them interspersed, a bit like Wilf and Sylvia, a bit like Jackie. You know, that sort of thing.
Would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I swear there was a building that had like big pillars. Am I?
Oh yes.
Was that in Liverpool? Or was that in Cardiff?
It was in Liverpool. It was opposite the train station.
Yeah, it's that one.
St George's Hall.
Okay, you're right. Sure.
I'll find the photos from
that.
Town
Hall, is it?
Or
is it?
I don't think it is, but it's like it's a massive sort of function building.
They were filming Batman in Liverpool recently. So, yeah. It might be the same building.
Yeah.
Which is insane. To think that Doctor Who's using the same location as a big budget Hollywood thing. But wasn't that one the one where they're in like period dress?
Period dress.
Kevin McNally was one of the actors there. Yeah, he was a great actor.
Has he been in like Pirates of the Caribbean?
He was in Pirates of the Caribbean. I've seen him
as from that, but
he was King Lear as well in the performance that.
Okay, wow.
That I saw, like a National Theatre Live kind of thing. You know, amazing in that. And he's been in the Dalek Universe box set recently.
Oh yeah, I thought I'd seen his name on some Big Finish stuff because the place I know him from is Unforgotten, the crime drama with Nicola Walker and
Sanjeev Bhaskar. Is that,
and also he's been in Doctor Who, I think, in the
he was
80s.
in Twin Dilemma. Yeah, he was. So... Yeah, looking completely different. Because obviously now I'm used to that haggard look of him with like a big beard or like grey hair, and then you remember that baby face in the weird tunic that he wears, and so he has treaded the boards of the times
there he
before.
is in his sort of shades.
See, I wouldn't have recognised him though because he's got no beard and wearing a hat. Like seeing actors like that. That's the main thing that's got me excited to be like, oh my god, so such and such is going to be in it. And,
yeah, exactly.
And this looks really interesting.
It is, isn't it?
Almost Peaky Blinders. That really got me sort of going, oh, I wonder what that is. Because was there possible hints that it might be to do with the woman who threw herself in front of the
suffragettes?
Yeah, the suffragettes.
I think possibly. I think, yeah.
Was that just Yaz's costume?
I'm not I think that's where it came from, yeah. I mean, rather, as opposed to like dialogue or anything was overheard. But, no. So there's that. One thing we've got to mention is another returning monster. The Weeping Angels.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I recall hearing about
pieces of this.
There was one photo I've seen from behind of it on a street.
Was it one? Oh, on the street.
I think that might have been Cardiff.
And
there was one.
Apparently, there were pumpkins there. So there was speculation about it being a Halloween thing, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, there was
the other one was a beach. I think.
Beach, and there was this house in Barry Look where they seemed to have them outside the windows, looking really freaky. Like I know. Looking in the windows and trying to get you and stuff. Possibly like a haunted house thing. I don't know.
Yeah. See, I don't know what I think of that.
Of having the Weeping Angels back.
Yeah. I don't know whether we'll go into that more when we're like talking about our hopes and things. But yeah, that didn't get me excited, which is weird. I don't know. I just sort of thought, I just want to see what they're going to do with them. I suppose
that's the thing, isn't it? I mean,
but especially because we saw the Sontarans.
Yeah.
And then pretty much like, a month later, that, they were like, oh, and we've seen Weeping Angels as well. It was like...
Calm down.
Yeah, don't, overload. And,
it.
I mean, I guess when we come on to the most recent stuff, we'll talk about what other things have been sighted as well. It almost seems like every other episode, at least, it might be a returning monster.
It's a shorter run.
And it's a shorter run. Yeah, it's only 8 episodes.
Because I was thinking about this in terms of. I think so. I don't know if that includes a special or not. But I was thinking about the monsters we know of. These spoilers. Yeah. But we've got Whipping Angels, Sontarans, the guy from Liverpool, black guy.
Who might be Black Guardian or whatever, we don't know.
We don't know. Then there were I don't know if you saw recently, there was something in Cardiff with 2 aliens. One's got a pastel blue head, one's got a pink head. We just saw them from behind. I feel like there might be something else, but that's up to 4 or 5 already. So obviously the Daleks, 6. So you do wonder how they're gonna.
And whether any of those are gonna be 2-parters, as is,
Yeah, because there was speculation as well that the Sontarans.
We're going to be in another. Yes, now I did hear about that as well. In the Crimean War. But obviously we've seen them in modern day. So how could they be in both unless they were a Tim Shaw sort of thing, as in the opener and then returning in the finale or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Whether it is or it is a Spyfall, as in set in modern day, and then the second part is set in.
And they jump around. I mean. Yeah, this era has been known for kind of jumping around in time and across the globe. And
the thing about the Sontarans, though, is that they've never had time travel. And that would be weird to sort of suggest they do.
They'd have to build that into the story, wouldn't they?
Yeah, there would have to be a reason for it.
They've always made a point of that, actually. Now you say that.
They can't... in Poison Sky, they're like, oh my god, we've got a TARDIS, we can finally do this.
Yeah,
the Crimean War thing interests me,
because there's speculation. I think it's pretty much been confirmed because it was on the actress's CV that we're going to get Mary Seacole.
Mary Seacole, right? Okay.
So going into Rosa Parks with sort of Black history again because she was a nurse or something, I think.
Yeah, the strongest stuff in series 11 certainly was the historicals. Obviously, you'll know well about that because of your station. And then in series 12, what did we have? We
did a lot of different stuff with them.
Yeah, it's odd because Spyfall Part 2 had.
2 for the price of 1. They're all 2 for the price of 1.
But then I didn't. That didn't feel to me like a celebration of what's he called? Something.
Noor Inayat Khan.
And
Ada Lovelace.
Ada Lovelace. That sort of felt like Chibnall wanted to do stories with them, but couldn't quite think of a whole story. So he was like, "Well, I'll put them in."
It's like the sort of the fam thing, kind of like the gang from the dinosaurs and spaceships. Exactly. Along for the rise. That's exactly what it is.
And then. What else
and after that we had Nick of Tez's Night Tower, which is the most kind of faithful to that remit, I suppose, of Series 11, isn't it? And then weird stuff like Aleppo in Can You Hear Me, which I always forget that there's a bit of historical in
that. Was a historical, technically,
And then Haunting of Philadelphia, was very atmospheric. And
very so Series 12 is very sort of blotchy.
And even with Brendan as well, that's sort of, I mean, it's not really, is it? But sort of historical islands. So lots of different stuff they do with the historicals there. It'd be nice if they kind of go back to the Series 11 approach, I think.
I would agree, because one thing that I found sort of almost recurring in Series 12 was there'd always be 3 locations or that sort of thing.
It started off in Resolution,
and it would always be
bam, bam, bam.
Like Liverpool, Asia, wherever, and it'd be and it sort of became a trope.
It is totally.
By the time, and it was still doing it in Revolution of the Daleks. Yeah,
like with Osaka and
So I kind of don't want that so much in this. I'd rather not be like Crimean War, modern day Liverpool. I'd prefer it to be distinct stories. But then again, we don't know whether these things might well be, just flashes of adventure. We've certainly had I swear in the past, there's been things like that, and there's been filming when it's been like, ooh, what's this scene here? Is this like a whole episode? And then it's come in the episode and it's like
it's
5 seconds of the Doctor and Clara running down a corridor or whatever it is.
Yes.
So whether we're overanalyzing things, I suppose there's always a danger of that, though, isn't there?
Yeah. So I suppose just to bring this on to a close, I'm just thinking through, and we've been through most of the stuff here.
What was the most recent? Was that
So the most recent was this stuff in Bristol, and I think it was on Friday, possibly Saturday.
It was in Bristol. I didn't know that.
Yeah, like a big abandoned warehouse, and again they were sort of saying people on Twitter and stuff like saying, well, why go to Bristol just if you're going to go to a warehouse?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Surely there's one in Cardiff. I don't know. But
because they filmed on the suspension bridge
for Revolution, way back.
Yeah, yeah.
But there was speculation, lots of speculation. So speculation that Jodie was filming her regeneration. There was speculation about the Daleks because someone like got a photo of Nick Briggs walking across.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah.
Which is just brilliant.
Yeah.
I love that.
He's back in his kicking
and then we got that photo of the lower half of the Dalek.
I love that.
But it's got cover up the top.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like,
give up.
No one will know what this is. We've just covered up the,
Oh, dear.
the gun arm. Like, no one's going to tell what these globes are. It'll be absolutely fine. I don't know whether this is like a spoiler that's not even been thought about, but why have there been any things about Davros?
Okay, well, I haven't heard that as such.
Have you not heard that? No.
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
I
we know from our previous batch. I mean, that was completely wrong. The rumor that Davros was going to be in Revolution.
Of course, yeah. I forgot we discussed that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it would make sense, and people have like suggesting titles for the third in the trilogy because like we've had Resolution, we've had Revolution. Is it going to be like we've had Retribution suggested, Restitution of the Daleks, Regeneration of the Daleks. Yeah. Surely someone's going to guess it, to be honest, because there's only so many long words beginning with R that you can have for that. I guess it would make sense to have Davros in it.
I don't know.
But then, is it going to be overkill with all these
exactly,
monsters,
like, we've got Sontarans, Weeping Angels, Daleks, Davros, possibly the Black Guardian or the Shadow or whatever that obscure thing from the Armageddon Factor we're going to get. Yeah. It's kind of like... And for such a short series as well, it's only 8 episodes long, and I'm interested to see what they do with all these things because you can't just bring things back for the sake of them. You've got to really do something interesting, and I hope that there is.
I mean, especially with the Daleks. Like, I don't know about you, but I am kind of getting a bit sick and tired of the Bronze Daleks now. I love the Bronze Daleks.
See, yeah, I don't know whether we differ in this because I love them so much, and I just think that their design. I mean, looking up at them now, they are so well designed, so well built. And if you think about like the grey ones from the classic era, I mean, how long were they used from Day till Remembrance? Well, with a few minor
it's like that
tweaks,
thing, isn't it? I mean, obviously we're into that same period of New Who now, where it's been going for like 16 years, isn't it? And it's like. We've got all these old props. Same with the Cybermen. Yeah. Like, we might as well use them.
I mean, yeah.
That's the thing, isn't it?
I think the Cybersmen were used in that last one because... I don't know why they were used, actually.
I think we just get, like, another Cyberman design, like, so they could say we've got... Is it 4 including the Cybermasters, isn't it?
Odd how they jumped a design why they didn't use the Nightmare and Silver ones. And for those Cybers costumes, they did sort of tatty them up a bit so that they looked great, better than they did in Dr. Falls. But you can see that the sort of padding,
meshing underneath,
between the arms and the way that they walk, like they're carrying carrier bags.
The one that always gets me as well is that bit at the start of Nightmare in Silver where there's 2 of them in the museum, and I don't know if there's actually people inside
because
them
it looks one of them's got their neck all
like that, it's like
it's like no way is that a Cyberman. So I'd be fine to see them take a rest now. They've earned a retirement.
Yes, definitely.
But the bronze ones, I do love them so much that I'm fine. Mind. But of course, it'd be great to see.
The thing is, because I was kind of psyched to see them again in Revolution. Like, from the photos and stuff we got, I was like, oh yay, it looks good, and great to see them in like HD and with the new cameras and stuff, and
with the new claws as well. Character, give us the new.
Then when it came to it, and the thing is, everyone was saying at the time how good they looked in that story, but I thought, I don't know, there was just something about they looked a bit kind of rattly, and I know Daleks have always been rattly. Like when they were on the bridge, and it was just.
I disagree.
I guess they'll be under pressure to like get the shots in and everything, but I just thought, with like the arrangement of them and stuff, it was just a bit sort of slapdash with them kind of shuffling along.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
know.
So it's fair enough. Yeah. But I saw them in that story, and I just thought they were shot probably the best they've ever been. Like, especially the design of the ship that they were in and everything. It was great.
The ship was great.
Really well shot. beautifully done.
I mean, it must be hard to shoot them again because
yeah,
they're so
totally
clunky and big and bulky, aren't they?
They said in the classic series, like directors would say to them, like, "I'll direct any story so long as there's not a Dalek in it, because I don't want to direct them." The thing is, though, we've got to take into account that like they've tried at least twice now to do a new Dalek design to usurp the bronze ones. They did it with Paradigm, and then they were like, "Oh, this isn't working. Let's fade it out a bit." And then they did it again for these, semi sort of for the resolution, reconnaissance one, and then for these drones. But then still, the bronze ones are like they usurp them. Still.
It's interesting. I mean,
so it's almost like have they tried and it just doesn't work?
I think we're definitely with the Paradigms. I think with the recent design, they are reluctant to say, "Oh, this is the new design." So both times in Resolution and Revolution, we've had a new design, and they've like got rid of it within the same story. Like instead of like saying this is the new design, then leaving it to the fans to like throw fruit in the docks and stuff. And just
that's a great image of the Daleks.
got rid of the Dalek, before that could happen. And I think with both of those especially, that's like a sort of commentary from Chris Chibnall saying, it's difficult to introduce new Dalek designs, and like this is what happens, like literally with them being shot and stuff, and
they will always get
So I think that's kind of him acquiescing and sort of going, I'm not even gonna try. But there's two parts to this question, I suppose. Would you like to see them again, as in like a variation of that new design, and do you think we'll see them? Because I think now they've got like the molds and stuff, and if it's a trilogy, they'll bring it back somehow. But I don't know how, because we've had
unless Ronson. Is it Ronson?
Robertson.
Why did I say Ronson? Unless he.
Oh yeah, because it's him to think about. He's bound to come back somewhere.
He will. If there's a trilogy of sorts.
And I'm looking forward to. I mean,
After Revolution of the Revolution of the Daleks. I would like to see him back, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was intertwined with those Daleks. And bringing them, in. I know what you mean about the moulds and things, and the fact that there's likely to be a trilogy, but I can't see them black drone ones coming back.
Yeah, and because they made a point of them being. At first, they were deadly, weren't they? And then they made a point of them being, actually, the other ones the bronze Daleks can just kill in seconds. Yeah. So
I can't see them coming back.
Yeah, and I'm struggling to think of what scenario they could do, because we've had like a Dalek made by itself, a Dalek made by humans. I don't know where else they can go with that.
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, I sort of expect to see it again somehow, but I don't know how.
I know what you mean. I wouldn't be surprised if we did. Yeah. I don't necessarily have any desire to. I'm not going like, oh my god, please can they come back?
Yeah.
I'm just sort of like, it's not like I'll be like shocked if they do, because like you say, there's reasons for it.
And like, because of the technology side of it as well, like obviously like showing off the fact that we can now do Daleks that don't have people inside them. So I think they will. But yeah.
I mean, personally, I think if they want a new design, they need to go, right, we're going to have to just push the bronze ones out of the way and not feature them at all, because that's the trap they fall into every time.
I think they're nervous of doing that though.
Yeah, that's why it feels like if they're too nervous to say
kind of prop the new ones up.
Exactly. If the creators are too nervous to say, here are the new Daleks, we're not even, the bronze ones are gone now, we're not even touching them.
Yeah.
If they're too nervous to do that, then why should we be like, oh my god, this design is great? It's always been, the Ironsides are here. And they're going to try and push in these, like, come on, have a look. These are the brand new up. No, oh, you don't like them. Okay, we'll take them away. Oh, look, there's these reconnaissance ones. Yeah, do you like them? Oh, no, get the Death Squad. We'll just take them away. And it's sort of like, we need to have them to have enough confidence to go, here's a new design. Like the Sontarans. We're not going to see Strax coming and going, oh, here's my brand new squadron of Sontarans. And it's these samurai ones. It's just going to be them, as far as we know. So,
yeah, it's a funny one.
Yeah.
I think... I mean, to be honest, obviously we don't know how much longer New Who will go on for, until it eventually gets cancelled or whatever.
Way to bring it down, Richard.
Sorry, but I just wonder whether they'll just keep going with the Bronze Daleks as long as possible, and then it'll take there to be a break and the show to come back for there to actually fund and say these are the new Daleks, because I just think, to have come this far with the bronze Daleks still being around, they're not really going anywhere, are they?
No, they're the equivalent of the gunmetal grey, Genesis Daleks. I mean, like I said,
and so it's like, for the Revolution ones, I think they only made 2 of the security drones in terms of the props.
Right.
So it's like it's just taking that plunge and making.
That's what it is.
5 or 6, or having the budget to do that, I suppose, as well. It would be nice to round it off, like if they were prepared to do it. Say this is the last Bronze Dalek story, the one coming up, and then have start to be fresh. Possibly with a new Doctor or whatever happens.
They just have to be bold and say, look, that's it. They're gone now. It's just such a shame because they are such a great design.
It is a great. Give it that. It is a great design. Definitely
best redesign of any classic monster in the new series. Totally, absolutely perfect. Bang on. So, they've got to really hit the ball out of the park to get another one that's just as good. But who knows? That's a long conversation about Daleks.
We've been on some tangents there, haven't we?
Imagine if they're only in for one scene in Series 13 and we've had a whole conversation about the Bronze Daleks. But it's something that needs to be discussed, I think. You're not going to get this conversation anywhere else.
No. So, that was Series 13, Part 1. We're going to be doing a Part 2 on Miles's channel, as I say, about basically everything we haven't discussed in this one, I suppose.
Sort of, hopes, and just our general, what we want to see.
We want to see. So look out for that. And otherwise, exterminate.
We haven't got a Dalek here. So.
No. If character options could bring out some defence drones,
they will do.
Have them here. It'd be very nice.
They will.
Come on, character.
Bye.